WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Thanks so much for staying up late with us tonight. I'm Scott Martin. A Hatley family is continuing to mourn after their loved one, Nancy Swift, was tragically shot and killed last night in Birmingham. Swift was one of two people shot at UAB Highlands Hospital. Our Quentin Smith was in Hatley today. He joins us live in the studio with more on how Swift is being remembered.
Sweet, loving, and full of life. That's how friends and neighbors are remembering Nancy Swift. I spoke with someone who's known Nancy all her life, and though this community is devastated by this tragedy, Swift's memory is continuing to live on. It was a sunny, quiet, and peaceful day in Hatley on Thursday, but a dark cloud that no one can see hangs over the small town as the community tries to cope with the devastating loss of the longtime resident, Nancy Swift.
When she came into a room, you could always hear that laugh, and it always made you smile. You know, I don't know of any part that I won't miss of her.
Terry Wilbanks lived right next door to Swift for years and says she was a fixture in the Hatley community.
I think it's just the aura that was around her. Like, she loved her God. She was a strong Christian woman. She was a very family-oriented woman. She did what she loved, which was being a nurse.
Swift worked as a nurse for decades in West Point and in Birmingham, Alabama. She was a nursing supervisor at UAB Highlands. However, while at work on Wednesday, police say an upset employee, Travis Devon Coleman, opened fire, shooting and killing Swift and critically injuring another worker.
I think it was more of a shock. You know, you don't think something like that's going to happen.
However, in the midst of this tragedy, family and friends are still remembering Swift for how she loved and cared for everyone she came in touch with.
She was just an all-around great person. If you didn't know her, you were the one that missed out.
And as much as Swift loved caring for her patients, Wilbanks says there's something else she enjoyed doing more, being a mom to her one and only child.
She was so extremely proud of Angie. And she was so thankful to be her mother. And I've always said, as much as Angie was, as much as Nancy was lucky to have Angie, Angie couldn't have had a better mother.
Now, Wilbanks says Swift was also a colon cancer survivor and that she enjoyed playing the piano in her spare time. Now, the other person that was shot last night is still recovering from their wounds. Scott?
Just a tragic story there. Thanks, Quentin, for that report. Well, two sisters are injured after a morning stabbing in Magee, Mississippi. Tonight, police say they're still searching for the suspect. Magee police searching for this man you see here, 51-year-old Tony Smith. Just before 7 o'clock this morning, Magee police, they were called to 206 2nd Avenue Southwest. Well, once inside, police found Gloria Lucas and her sister, Deborah McCollum, with stab wounds. Both were flown to UMC in Jackson. Smith, police say, is a former employee of Miss Lucas. Lucas has been released from the hospital, and McCollum is listed in stable condition. As for Smith, police say that he is considered armed and dangerous. If you see him, call police. Back here at home, two people are sent to the hospital after their home catches fire in Webster County. Walthall and Eupora fire crews were called out to a home on Wright Road this afternoon. When crews showed up, the home and a camper trailer were engulfed. The owners were taken to the hospital for minor injuries. The cause of that fire remains under investigation. Well, time now to get a first look at our forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. And Keith, I'm glad to see it's not like 30 degrees out there.
Oh, I know. We've had a nice little change of pace, a little bit milder out there this evening. A pretty nice sunset. Look at that. The sun going on down on our Thursday, a little bit of extra orange because of some smoke in the air from some of those control burns out there across the region. We've got some 40s to around 50-degree temperatures right now, so not as cold. We're only in the 40s tonight, folks. No frost, no freeze is expected. 60s for our Friday, more clouds. There will be a chance for a few showers as we go throughout the course of the day, but in general, a few scattered showers, highs in the 60s. Your full forecast for the weekend in just a few minutes.
All right, looking forward to that. Thanks, Keith. Well, State Senator Chris McDaniel announced plans yesterday to withdraw his primary challenge against Roger Wicker. Instead, he plans to run for the Senator Thad Cochran's soon-to-be open seat. Even the governor is weighing in, but McDaniel says he's ready for a tough campaign. Courtney Ann Jackson has the latest.
Chris McDaniel says he's a fighter, and the fight is starting early in his newly declared race. He had just announced his intentions to switch races when Governor Bryant responded with these strong words, saying this opportunistic behavior is a sad commentary for a young man who once had great potential.
Seems the only time he found it opportunistic is when Mitch McConnell told him to find it opportunistic. And that's fine. I know he and Mitch have been talking, and Mitch McConnell doesn't like me very much, and that's fine. But I have no ill will whatsoever toward Phil Bryant. I wish him the best. It's just that Mitch McConnell doesn't need to be affecting Mississippi politics.
But shortly after McDaniel's Thursday press conference, the governor tweeted, "Anyone who thinks anyone in Washington will influence who I appoint to complete Senator Cochran's term is out of touch with reality." McDaniel believes his early announcement of the switch could help the party.
Have a unique opportunity to unite the party in a special election around a single candidate, one that's already in the race. Why does that matter? Well, we've seen what happens when there's these intra-party wars or these bloodbaths that occur.
But with the governor making it clear Thursday that McDaniel isn't an option for the appointment, there will likely be at least one other Republican in the special election race. I asked McDaniel if he was concerned the GOP vote would be fractured because of that.
Right now, that's not my call. If the establishment wants to bring another war to our party, they'll have to bring the war to our party.
There's also a recurring theme from McDaniel, his 2014 race against Thad Cochran.
All I'm asking is the opportunity to finish the seat that I feel like we won in 2014.
That was Courtney Ann Jackson reporting. She also reached out to former Secretary of Agriculture Mike Espy, who has announced intentions to run for Cochran's seat. He was unavailable for comment today. Well, arming teachers has been a hot topic across the U.S. after Florida's deadly high school shooting. Lawmakers in Alabama are a step closer to making that happen, but it was a close vote. The House Public Safety and Homeland Security Committee voted 5-4 on a bill allowing select teachers to carry firearms in schools. The school districts would designate who can carry or access the weapons. With this bill, parents wouldn't know which teachers were carrying the guns. Well, the idea is controversial in the Alabama House. Republican Representative Will Ainsworth, who sponsors the bill, says not all schools can afford to have paid officers on school grounds. Opponents say that arming teachers is the wrong way to make schools safer. The bill could get a floor vote next week.
Showers during the daylight hours tomorrow. Tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, there's an isolated possibility for a strong storm across parts of Mississippi. Low wind chance here, perhaps a better chance later in the weekend. Full forecast is next.
Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Great to see you this evening. All of the rain we've had in the region has to go somewhere, right? A lot of it's funneling down through the Mississippi River, and you can see the Mississippi River right there. There's New Orleans, and all of the sediment now getting down into the Gulf of Mexico, spotted from space earlier today, and those river flood warnings go all the way up to southern Indiana and Illinois. And that rain will continue to, or the water will continue to flow down to the Gulf of Mexico. Now today we were dry around here. This is our Alpha Insurance time lapses from Columbus, Vernon, and Tupelo. You can see the setting sun, some high cirrus clouds coming on into the picture. We've got some 40s across our region right now. Not as cold tonight, down into the 40s. Worst case scenario, the low 40s. So no frost, no freezes out there tonight. And as we mentioned earlier, 40s and then some 60s for our Friday. Passing showers during the daylight hours. But overall, we will see more clouds, a few showers here from the morning into the afternoon across northeast Mississippi. Winds continue from the south. But overall, that chance of rain about 50%. Not an all-day washout, I don't think, but there will be some rain around. Now, looking back to the west, we don't really see a lot of it. It will tend to develop as we get into the latter part of the overnight hours. So clouds will gradually fill back in. Some upper-level energy back to the west may spark a strong storm or two in the region tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. But the overall situation here with the severe weather threat tomorrow evening is not that great. That's great news for us. Now, we may see a better opportunity late Sunday, Sunday night into Monday. That would probably be the better opportunity for one, strong storms, and two, just some heavier rain. So we'll just see how it all plays out. Clouds continue to fill back in during the evening and the overnight. There may be a few showers here along I-55 by the morning commute, but a better opportunity for some showers here as we go throughout the course of the day. Now, tomorrow evening, as I mentioned, if we do happen to see storms, they will likely be out here across northwestern Mississippi. Some of those could be locally strong. Some of those could drift into our area. Not guaranteed at this point. So we'll just see how everything plays out tomorrow evening. A lot of this, though, will clear out for Saturday and for Sunday, too. So the good news here is that most of the weekend during the daylight, Saturday and Sunday, probably pretty dry. Now, late Sunday into Monday, another round of storms, as I mentioned. It will be a warm weekend, pushing 80 Saturday, mid-70s Sunday and Monday. Cooler, drier, though, by the middle of next week.
All right, thank you very much, Keith. Well, hospitality is something we're known for here in the South, but this week, a couple of schools from up north, well, they're sharing the love in Starkville. Over the years, two colleges from Illinois have formed a constructive partnership with Starkville's Habitat for Humanity chapter. Our Parker Keene catches up with some of the students and volunteers on the work site.
We not only loved the Habitat for Humanity aspect, but we loved coming to Starkville, and we loved the community that we felt, the love that we felt, and we definitely saw that we were able to make an impact somewhere.
And it wasn't a gradual impact. With help from local volunteers and supervisors, this group of students puts up a house pretty quickly.
2 weeks ago, this was nothing but a concrete slab. But thanks to partnerships with Oakton and Rockford, we're now standing inside of 4 walls and a roof.
It's a whole bunch of fun.
Hannah Gooder is an Oakton student making her second Habitat trip to Starkville. She says she enjoys the opportunity of taking a hands-on approach to making a difference.
Like a lot of people say they want to like change the world or do something really good, but like when you're actually like doing it, it's a lot. It just feels so good to like physically use your hands and do something about it instead of just saying it.
When Andrew Duback came to Starkville for the first time in 2014, it had a significant impact on his life. In his final year at Oakton, he made the decision to come back as a full-time employee.
They had positions that would go to different nonprofits in Starkville, and there's one that would go to Habitat for Humanity Starkville, so I was intrigued by that, and I jumped on it.
Now no longer attending Oakton, Duback says it's good to still see this partnership going strong.
It empowers me. It makes me feel like I did the right thing by coming down here, and that kids are still able to have the opportunity to do things like I did, and that will do for them, hopefully, what it had done for me.
You guys have been so warm and so welcoming, and it's kind of like the Southern hospitality is like turned up to the max, and like it's so different from where we're from.
In Starkville, Parker King, WCBI News.
Well, the house should be ready for the Lucius family to move in by late spring. For more information on how you can help out in the Starkville and Oktibbeha County area, just visit our website, WCBI.com. Well, the madness has begun. The NCAA tournament is underway, and Robbie has highlights a little later in sports.
You're watching WCBI News at 10 with Scott Martin.
Welcome back, everyone. There are more than 200,000 cases of sleep apnea recorded a year, and it's a treatable disorder. We learn more in our Health Talk with Baptist.
Hello, I'm Leslie Albright, the Director of the Respiratory Therapy Department at Baptist Golden Triangle. Tonight I want to discuss evaluation and referral options for treatment of sleep apnea. If you are experiencing symptoms of sleep apnea, you might be a candidate for a sleep study for a conclusive diagnosis. This test uses electrodes to record certain body functions as you sleep, such as how long it takes you to fall asleep, rapid eye movement, airflow in and out of your lungs as you breathe, your heart rate, and the level of oxygen in your blood. Full sleep studies are usually done at a special sleep center, such as the one at Baptist Hospital Golden Triangle. You will sleep in a bed at the center. Our bedrooms look much like one at a hotel. The sleep physician then makes recommendations based on your diagnosis. We now offer the option of an at-home sleep test that involves a simple-to-perform diagnostic screening tool for those patients who already exhibit mild to moderate signs and symptoms of obstructive sleep apnea. The screening is physician-ordered, does not restrict sleep positions, and allows the patient to be screened for sleep apnea in the comfort of their own home. A full report from both the at-home and in-house test is sent to your personal physician. Dr. John Boswell, a board-certified sleep specialist at Baptist Golden Triangle, is the medical director of our Sleep Disorders Center. Our center is accredited by the American Academy of Sleep Medicine. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
Well, coming up, we recap a wild Thursday of March Madness, plus hear from the new Ole Miss men's basketball head coach. Next in sports.
All right, weather-wise, we have some 60s for tomorrow, some showers possible. Again, there could be an isolated strong storm tomorrow evening. Better odds on some strong storms late Sunday evening, Sunday night into Monday. Most of the weekend, though, during the daylight, is probably going to be dry here. So don't be spooked by those rain chances during the weekend.
That's what I'm thankful for.
I know,
yes.
And it will be warmer for a change, too.
All right, thanks, Heath. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.